students, I just want to continue the last phase of this video series of sketching out 1 and 2 point ideas and how it's going to apply. This is an actual, how you can apply those concepts to your actual picture. Whatever you pick is going to have different eye levels, different steepness, different spatial things, but the process is the same. So I wanted to show you. You can do an 8 by 10 print and double it, which would be basically 16 by 20 and take off an inch. Or 5 by 7, which is basically 15 by 21, take off an inch. Either way, I'm doing a smaller one because it's easier to see. This one printed out 6 by 7, and so I just got rid of a little. If you have to get rid of, it's important that you don't lose the important parts or get a weird thing happening. That's why I think 8 by 10 might be better, but either way. All right, so first thing, look at your picture. You identify, in this case, it's 2 point. One thing's going one way, one thing's going the other. This is going this way, this is going this way. It's not 1 point. Next thing you want to determine is where's the corner of the room. The corner is here, which is weird, but it's there because there's like a hallway back there. Even though it's on the edge, this side is just as important as this. So we have to extend things out. That's what the vanishing points are all about, is that you draw beyond what the picture is so that you draw the picture accurately. So even though this side of it is out there, we're still going to deal with it. So that's that. Next thing is, where's your eye level? Where is your eye level? Scan. If things are going down, that's below. If things are going up, that's above. Stop where it's flat. This is going up, so I can't see the top of the counter. This is going down. I can see what the TV is sitting on. And then it goes even steeper down. I can see the top of the table. As you go up, stop right before it starts to go up, and that's your eye level. So on your picture, mark eye level. And on your picture, identify where's the corner. So that when you start to draw on your watercolor size sketch paper, I'm not going to draw right on your paper, but that's that. 15 by 20 abouts. You want to determine how far up your eye level is. You can use anything to measure that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about a 1/7, which for a 20-inch area, I mean, I'm not really into math, but it's like, okay, if it's 20, it's obviously less than half, up there. It's more like a third. Like if this is halfway, it's almost a little over a third. So if this is halfway, it's like around here. So really trust your eye more than a method of measurement. It's all about visual measuring. So here we go. Eye level's high. Corner's way over. We know that. So that's all we know right now. We know eye level, we know corner. Now the next step is going to be, because that's an important point, is that we got to figure out where these angles hit this eye level. So you have to extend your eye level, ideally with kind of flat edge T-square, of course. My T-square is so big it just gets hooked on everything and it's not happening. But I definitely still want you to tape to the edge and slide that, or at least measure, use a book, whatever, so it's even. Okay, so we have eye level and corner. I even like to write corner, eyeball, just to get that out of the way. Next thing you want to do is line up this paper that you're sketching on with your picture and tape it all, make it exactly even here. Then find an angle, any angle, it doesn't matter, just one. And get your ruler and extend that angle. Boom. Now go the other direction and find an angle. I'll use the center, that little divot in the wood thing around the plant or the flower, and then extend that. That is all you need. You know why? You've got this angle and you've got this angle. set that aside. You won't need it for a while. Get your clean T-square or pointy pencil, whatever. This is old stuff. Let me cut it out. I don't want you to get confused by that old debris. I'll just go like this. Okay, that's good enough. All right, so this angle that you just determined, you have to extend it all the way to your eye level line. Now, if it doesn't reach, you're going to have to get a longer measurement. Now for me, it reached. See, this was my eye level. Put a big dot right there. Put a big dot before you forget it. Take the other angle you just marked from the picture, and since you held up the picture, it's accurate. Extend that all the way. Look, this one's longer, so I have to move the thing, the ruler longer. All the way to that. Boom. Boom. In a way, your picture's already done. I know that sounds really weird, but that's basically what's happening here. So I'm going to make this really clean. And you still do not need your picture. You have your corner. You have your eye level. And you're styling. I know it looks like you're not, but you are. So go ahead at this point and just savor the fact that you now have the line of the corner, the eye level placement, and the gist of the angles in the whole picture. Luckily, this is close and this is not too far away. So even if I were using a big sketch paper, this is doable. I tried to pick pictures that weren't too shallow in their progression. In other words, they converge too slowly. But you may have to tape a few pieces down. All right, so now we're good. Love it. All we have to do now is make a gazillion marks from this dot to the corner, and a gazillion marks from this dot to the same corner. I like to make it a little darker just so you know. All right, so it doesn't even matter if you're off the page, off the table, whatever. Just start going to town with these. It's a whole process, but you can just like not forget all about the actual picture, the project, whatever. Just get into the lines. You can never make too many. You can make too few. I just messed up. You got to really be careful not to get off. I was saying, like, if someone's nearby in your household, they can hold the end and it goes way better. You know, because you don't have to worry about holding that down in place. In class, a lot of times I'll hold one end while the student does the other side. It's just hard to think about both at once. Now don't forget, when you get to your eye level, you have to keep going. You can't stop when it hits the flat. You have to keep going up. None of these marks are in vain. And this is not using your watercolor paper yet, so all right. I'm off the page, so I think I'm good on that one. Now this one, I got to start way here, because there's sometimes there's a little thing in the corner. Sometimes there's usually something that you missed, so it's better to have the preparation of that by just doing extra all the way around, all the way around. Keep going. My dog is like, Mom, when are we going for a walk? Just a little bit longer, Ollie. Oh, see, now it's looking cool. See, even this, you're starting to get a sense. And especially if you have a picture that has, like, patterns in it or checkered floors or whatever. This is all, or if you're doing a building and it has sidewalks. Oh, that wasn't good. Whoop. See, I'm getting sloppy because I'm getting fatigued. You got to make it all the way through. I promise this will help. Make it easier, babe. And if you can do this without using a grid, that is so much better because you're really training yourself. Okay, that's enough. Boom. Okay, now all I have to do is draw. And the beauty of drawing is you can also use a T-square because now all you have to do is figure out the width. This fireplace is about, there's like 2.5 fireplaces that could fit. So that tells me a little more than half. Let's see, a little less than half. I can put a very light vertical line for that. I can put a light vertical line for this, which is like halfway. I can do some verticals for the cabinetry. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And then I have my thing at the end. If you get the distances right, you're done. All right, now I got to figure out which of these lines would fit this. It's about 2.5 up. So I like this one. Put a point, and that's going to represent, right about here. And then you can put a dot here, and then you just use this line that's already there. And now you have your floor. Then you have your rug. More like here. See, I could have done an extra line in there. Then you have a few verticals that are easier to do, like this vertical, this vertical, this vertical. This one's a little out, but it's a vertical, such as the fireplace goes up. And you're basically just, at this point, just determining distances because you already have everything in there that you need. You've got these lines for these. This is a little under the eye level. You've got verticals for these, and then this one is on here. This one is on here. It's one or the other. If it looks like it's backwards, just flip it to the other one. So you can see like this line here. This line here goes to this vanishing point. These lines go to this vanishing point. So everything you do in this picture goes to one or the other. This goes all the way across, except there's a couch in front. The couch is lower than the fireplace. Now we're into like a regular drawing would be. You know, you're sketching it out, you're figuring it out. Like if you measured this line down, this is to the left. So I measured this line down, this is to the left. This one's slightly angled because it's just a design feature. But you see how the base and all the textures of the rug are that way? So I can use these old lines to get that. And then this, instead of, see, this is what people do. They're like, oh, what angle? It's already there. You don't have to do anything. It's already there. You just go along what's already there. And it lines up. If it doesn't hit on the corner, it means I know that I used it too high or too low, but it's still the same. Like if I want to do the top of this table, guess what? There it is. It goes here. So here's my table. That's it. Then I have my book here. Now the book is not quite lined up right, so I'm not going to deal with it. Don't deal with anything that's not part of the linear perspective. Things that are randomly turned, even something angled like that, that's not with it. The logs, I mean, that's not part of it. So deal with the main stuff first, the structure, the fireplace, the table, even that pot. See, see how the distance here is less than here? In real life, if you were on the ceiling, they'd be the same. But because of where we're standing, this is more. So in this area here, before I create the end of this table, I'm not going to make these parallel. I'm going to make the right one thicker than the left. And then this potted plant helps me to see. But I'll just draw it as a circle. And of course the flower is just circles, circles. That's just to help me get a sense of what I'm looking at. It's not, I can deal with that later. And then just constantly correcting your measurements. You can use values to help you measure. It's pretty dark in this fireplace. I'm not really worried about the logs right this moment. This is the vertical of this. Let's put the TV in there. And of course, before you draw it, you want to line it up. The TV starts right at the pot. Extended line. So if I draw this pot and I extend it up, I know my TV is in this area. So it's a constant corrections. Here's the point where I was saying this goes up above your eye level. When this is here, everything above your eye level is going to here. It's a crisscross. Everything from here is going to here. That's why we have to draw so much out here and extend the lines. We can't draw this wall until we know where it's headed, which is here. We can't draw that table. We can't even draw the texture in the rug, because look what it is. See all of this. The little frillies and all that, that's the end result. That is not important. You can play with texture, you can play with all that fun stuff, but you gotta get this structure in here. Okay, what's going on here? I don't like that. What's this? It goes up, but not this much, so I have to make sure I was using the wrong line, that's why. See, the TV is not that dramatic. Now I can use, this is going down here. See, and you know why? Because it's going here. Anyway, the rule of thumb is, when in doubt, you gotta go one way or the other. You gotta go one way or the other, or else it's not gonna work. If it's confusing, go right back to where you were with your, even this couch is on there. And then, you know, you can always use other colors if it helps. Like this TV is so dark, it's the darkest thing in there. So if I can just block that in, it helps me to figure out like this angle, and then I've got these pots, and then I got the top of the picture plane. Let's see what else. Whatever you can do, like maybe I'll fill that just so I can see where that is. Maybe I'll fill the rug just to see where that is. All of this is super important structural stuff. It takes time. I could so get into this right now, but my dog awaits, and I want you to really take your time and explore this and practice your linear perspective drawing, and identify your corner, identify your eye level, and do all this first on here. Then you're grooving. Then you're going to have a good time. Bye.